Hello, this is episode 8 of Mummy Berserker. I'm Ultraviolent 4. We're in Vault 2. This run has been going pretty smoothly in recent times. We did Elf in the last one, and while our loot there wasn't fantastic, we did, well, we found, quote unquote, aka we were gifted a hand crossbow with RF, which is the main thing that we were looking for. So we're pretty well placed in vaults. We've got all the resistances we could need. Trog's giving us ammo. So yep, I feel pretty happy about being here. It's pretty funny, I was just thinking before the start of this. So in the last episode, I was making an effort to remember to evoke my things. So we evoked some boxes of beasts, some lamp of fire and so on. Then I realized in doing that, I completely forgot about using our boy gun and all the needles we have. So what do we have? Where are they? We've got curare needles. We've got needles of confusion. Apparently we have needles of sleeping, but they're useless because we have no stealth. So even if we sleep stuff, it's going to wake back up straight away. But yeah, seems pretty clear that I have limited space in my brain. When I think about one thing and try to remember it, I forget something else. So I will make an attempt to try to remember that we also have a blowgun. If nothing else, curare is really useful against dangerous enemies. Anyway, I'll try to remember. I swear on me, mummy. Alright, vaults. Oh boy, this isn't what we wanted to see. So Hell Knights in vaults tell you Marjorie. And Marjorie, if we look her up, does a lot of fire damage. A 3d32 bolt of fire and a 3d33 fireball. So 99 damage fireballs. And as a mummy, it's very often the case that you are lacking in RF. So she is your natural foe. I've died to her on a mummy before, pretty sure. Let's see, let me look up the log. Who am I? UV4. Mummy. Killer equals Marjorie. Yep. She killed a mummy wizard of mine. I feel like this was in a tournament. A 73 damage bolt of fire in vaults. A mummy wizard of Sifmunal. Yeah, this character was a struggle. But anyway, so you always need to respect Marjorie in anything really, but especially as a mummy. Let me tell you. So we're going to keep our hand crossbow of immortization, which I have not looked up yet. But I wonder, mort means death. I wonder if hand crossbow of immortization means we're killing things with it. Anyway, we're going to hang out on the stairs. And we're probably going to do things to Marjorie. We're going to do all sorts of things. Maybe curare her, maybe hit her with some evocables. Maybe even make some brothers in arms. Trog gifted us a weapon, it's a glowing flail, not too exciting. Here she is, the woman herself, Marjorie the Dragon Slayer. Also known as Marjorie the Mummy Slayer. She does not have resistance to poison, so we could hit her. Oh no, we couldn't. I was going to say, we could shoot her with the blowgun, and then I will immediately fulfill my promise to remember to use curare. But when we put our blowgun up, we will have no RF, so we actually can't do that at all. The thing we need to do is immediately switch to the hand crossbow. Get our RF, and then that's it, really. Alright, now we could go some evocables. There's no point trying to hit her with a lamp of fire. Is that true? She's not actually resistant to fire. That's preposterous. She's wearing some glowing swamp dragon scales, so she doesn't... Oh wait! Oh, okay, well, I'm glad I noticed. That means the swamp dragon scales meant she would have had resistance to poison anyway. She can... I didn't know she could ever have swamp dragon scales actually. I thought she either had fire dragon or whatever the corrosive ones are. What are those called? Acid dragon scales. So there you go. She can have Swamp Dragon too, it seems. Alright. So she's not resistant to fire at all, which I'm really surprised about. It's always shocking when monsters that have some element don't resist it. Shocking in the sense that you expect them to do it. Which means, if we Phantom Mirror her, the fire spells of that Marjorie will destroy this one. Alright, let's try that then. Trog forbids you from reflecting this monster. Because he doesn't want us to have a nerd on our side. Well, that makes Phantom Mirror much less exciting for us if we can't use it on anything that uses magic. Alright, well that's a bummer. What could we do instead? We could just file a Flood her and then make a couple of bros and then just hope they deal with her. I think that might be the play. File Floods, go. Brother Noms, go. We got an Iron Troll, which is fantastic. We'll make one more, which is a Deep Troll. Okay, an Iron Troll and a Deep Troll should absolutely just wreck face here. Yeah, good. Okay, angry. I don't know if he's still there. Okay, he was invis, but yeah, our trolls. No, maybe he's still there. That's a chilling moan. That's okay. Oh wait, these guys can see invis, so our deep troll will take care of this anyway. Right, that's why he killed the necromancer. How about iron trolls? Yeah, the iron troll doesn't see invis, but the deep troll does. All right. So yeah. That was fairly easy in the end. A bro in need is a bro indeed. A bro with weed is better. Maybe not. My auto target wants to keep shooting the Vault Warden, so the Vault Guard instead of the Vault Warden, and getting value from penetration. Bad auto targeter. Do you know that once in the day, Curare also stopped monsters from casting spells? I'm trying to think to remember Curare, and then I saw a Convoker and it made me remember. I didn't mean to do that. Let's not. What am I doing? Where's my penetration one? Where is it? There it is. Okay. Anyway, it was a super MLG play where if you saw a Convoker and it was convoking to summon in monsters, you would curare it and it would not be able to cast spells and it would stop. What? I've completely lost track of all my weapons. Just completely losing it. I really don't want to get marked right now. I'm going to throw Trog's hand on. We're significantly far away from the stairs and there's a bunch of unknown, unexplored areas to get back there. So if we're marked, I can imagine us getting pinned between different packs of enemies. I think I decided we had enough strength and that we're going to keep going dex. Our maces and flails go very slowly. They're up to 15. Just shows you how hard it is to do stuff with bad aptitudes. Which, I don't know. Wait, these guys have to spell undead, don't they? Yeah, they do. Okay. As a mummy or anything undead, you need to respect revenants. We have blinking if we need it. Okay, he decided just not to shoot us, which is fine by me. I don't even remember the point I was making anymore before that happened. Oh yeah, bad aptitudes. That's why it's part of why it's really bad to try to use giant clubs on ogres now. Because yeah, the aptitude really hurts you. Anyway, It's just, I want an excuse to complain about ogres, okay? Just bear with me. Go away. I'm not even gonna switch to the invis. I've had enough of invis enemies here in Vaults. Saw a lot of them last episode, and I'm just over it. Let's shut that door. We'll make the ranged ones come to us. Here's a Vault Warden. I'm going to try to penetrate into him. Penetrate his defenses, you might say. Trog gives us a weapon. Standing back there with the Bardish while the others are shooting us at range. It's actually not a great situation. Trog gave us a glowing war axe. Thanks, Trog. 10 out of 10 trolling right there. Maybe he was just letting us know you're about to get surrounded by a trivial orc, so maybe you want cleave. I can't stay angry at you, Trog. I don't like this, that we're having enemies turning up from behind us as well. Apparently it's fine. I see tarantellas. So that elf mage that summoned it becomes the highest priority. It's a strange pack. A slime creature, a deep elf knight, a Yaktor captain simulacrum, and an Etten. That's the setup for a joke. Alright. +2 gloves of archery. Well then. Okay. Well this is our new set of gloves. Let's check these bad boys out. Gloves of archery. Improves your effectiveness with ranged weaponry. Slay +4. Seeing that we're making great use with a hand crossbow, having Slay +4 sounds like a good deal to me. And that's a protection from firing. Amazing. Okay, new play. Rather than protection from magic, I think I'd prefer to have the +5 protection on. And then if we see anything that necessitates having MR, we'll use Trog's hand. And this way we can... Well, I don't know that we'll ditch the RF hand crossbow because, well, we saw Marjorie, but I don't know, who knows, maybe there's an orb of fire here in Vaults. But with this point of RF, I think we can just stick with our regular weapons. Yeah, that was a good find. And it means that now, when we do fight orbs of fire in the lake, we can get multiple points of RF. Let's penetrate the boggets. Oh, these ones are all real. It's like, why didn't they disappear? They weren't part of the simulation. I should respect this guy. 7% chance to confuse us. That's probably okay. He's not going to chain confuse us like, say, a Tarantella might. Because even if he gets lucky and hits us with 7%, he's unlikely to land more of them. I would only really be afraid if there were more dangerous enemies around. But just on his own, not a big deal. On to Vaults 3. Not Crypt. We might do Crypt. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe. Morningstar of Distortion. Alright, quickly. Let's pull out our Paralysis one. 43% chance. Okay, it's not working. Okay, I feel like it would have been better just to kill him. Now I'm getting stubborn. Okay, we got being Sentinels marked. See, at this point, we've failed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paralysis ones in a row at 43%. But let's at least go upstairs. So at least if we get teleported, we won't be marked and thrown somewhere new on the level. Okay, we got him with the 5th one. In hindsight, because we were so unlucky, that let him hit us with way more distortion attacks than would have been the case if I just, say, made a bone arms, threw a throwing net at him or something like that. We've got more invis things. Oh, we just got hit by, we saw a venom bolt, so that's got to just be an ogre mage. Here's a lich. We XV him. Okay, so he revealed what he had in terms of his spells by shooting that bolt of cold. So we see that he doesn't have paralysis or confusion or banish, but even the 17% slow is dangerous. So I'm going to shut the door and we're going to Trog's hand. And then, let's see. I'm not so afraid that I want to do a lamp of fire, but maybe we could use some of our other stuff. There are more box of beasts around as well, right? Millions in this game. Yeah, another 2. We could have 5 box of beasts. So I'm going to just make one here. A juvenile bat weird beast. These things are really good. Box of beasts. Even with only 5 evocations that we have. Even with no evocations, they're really good. But yeah. And you see that they have constriction. So constriction is guaranteed damage. So if they constrict an enemy, just doing that is really useful. I'm going to throw a throwing net at the Lich. Now that he is netted, he's going to try to escape from it most of the time. As he did there. He didn't do anything except try to struggle. But resistance was futile. Needles of paralysis. Interesting. I don't know that we have enough. We've only got 4.8 throwing skill. There's no way. There's no way Needles of Paralysis will ever work. We don't have enough throwing skill and our blowgun is +0. And if we do find enchant weapon scrolls, I want to be using it on, say, our evening stars. So yeah, there's no way. No way that we're ever going to be paralyzing stuff with Needles of Paralysis. Better off just using the wow. Okay, this room is crazy. We XV him. So this Lich, we don't know what he has yet. He might have confusion, might have paralysis, might have petrify, and confusion. So the first thing we need to do before anything else is throw on a Trog's hand. And we can try to escape. Okay, that's kind of really lucky there. Because we could have been locked in, and in fact we might still be locked in at these stairs. Maybe I should just have teleported. Corrosion Bolt really hurts. What does that mean he has? Crystal Sphere. Alright, we could actually die here, it turns out. So, how much max damage is a Lich Crystal Sphere? I know an Ancient Lich is 144 damage. Max damage Crystal Spear on a Lich is 120. We have 106 HP here. So while we try to go up these stairs, this Lich could just kill us. That would be really unlucky, but it's possible. So fingers crossed here. Okay, we're still alive. Man, that was scary. That room was insane. We're so lucky that we didn't get locked in just then. What I would have done instead is just try to teleport out, but who knows? Your teleports don't always work. You might land somewhere bad. We have our RF on. Yep. Not too afraid. The Convoker just caught in the Lich, which is actually kind of good for us right now because he's behind a lot of stuff. So I'm going to throw on the Trog's hand. The Trog's hand. The hand of Trog. And we're then going to penetrate through everyone to try to kill the Lich right now. In fact, why don't we also throw out a lamp of fire? Yes, we got it. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so he finally got into melee range with us, but he's nearly dead. I'll go back upstairs so we stop getting corroded. I'm going to... That's not a net. That's... What happened there? Throwing that missed the Lich. Okay, there we go. We finally got him. Alright, good. So the Lich down. Arguably, I could have put our resist corrosion on against the entropy weaver, but I don't know. It doesn't do much against them. Look at our bulk count go up. We're up to 504. You always end up with millions once you do vaults, and you go through all the Yaktar packs. Skill update, maces and flails to 15.2. So we're on to vaults 3, and in this time we have gained 1.2 maces and flails skill. Oh, mummies. I mean, to be fair, I'm training 6 things. But still. Why are they all so slow? Great Orb of Eyes, that is one such enemy that the confuse and the paralysis bothers me a bit. There's nothing else around though, so if it's just the Great Orb of Eyes, I think we're okay. But if there was anything else scary, I would immediately have thrown on Trog's hand. Look at the value we're getting here. The Basilisk, only a 3% chance to petrify, seems unlikely. That's probably also a shapeshifter. You don't see Basilisks in vaults very often. Yeah, it was. Alright, let's get back in Hoy. The water means that we can't run. Yeah, who wanted to run? Not me. Ettins. An Ettin and a very ugly thing at the same time is kind of dangerous. Yeah. The sign very ugly things do elect damage. So you need to respect those. And then Ettins, if both their attacks land, can do a lot of damage. How much do I care about Mark right now? Probably quite a bit, because again on our retreat here we're going past unknown area that monsters could be streaming in from. So I'm going to shut the door first and then we'll throw on Trog's hand. That brings it down to a 0% chance, which is the way I like it. Trog liked it too. He gave us a rune Morningstar. Morningstar Flaming. Okay, not actually that exciting. We have an Evening Star Flaming. It's just better. Morningstar is basically, it's the poor man's Evening Star. Or maybe the Evening Star is the rich man's Morning Star. I don't know. Or maybe one is just the evening man's weapon. I don't know. Whatever. Here's Frederick. He's scary. He has an enchanted Evening Star. A rune chainmail. He has Iron Shot, which is really scary. He can make Spellforge Servitor, which can also then Iron Shot you, so you need to respect him. What I'm going to do is make a Bro in Arms, probably. Yeah, well, okay, well we got an Iron Troll, so that's going to put out extreme amounts of damage. And while that's happening, let's throw a Throwing Net at Frederick. OS Frog. Perfectly balanced. So now while he tries to break out of the net, our Iron Troll can just kill him. Perfect. Enchanted Evening Star. Maybe it's +9. It's +3. Okay. So it was worth checking. What is this room? This room is very interesting, but we have a Berserk Iron Troll still. I wonder if he can this Iron Troll take out this whole room? Let's find out. Probably not, because, well, he timed out. Oh no, he died. The end hit him. Okay. Anyway, I was going to say probably not because he'd time out. But no, turned out that he could not fight them all. Let's pick a new stair. I don't like that room. This guy is Convoking. Paralysis, we got a 43% chance. The last time we tried this, we weren't so lucky. But maybe this time, I can feel it. Alright, we got there, second attempt. But he didn't get to call the things in, so it kind of worked. Lich, we throw our MR on. That's my stomach. I don't know if you can hear it. I need to eat something. And what was our play for these guys? Our Lamp of Fire is already back. So let's Lamp of Fire him. We'll net him. We have so many throwing nets, so I don't mind just throwing those out. He's got Lightning Bolt, but now that he's in the fire and he's netted, he should go down pretty quickly. Too easy. If you still haven't realized, nets are very strong against liches and ancient liches. I want to try to kill the Annihilator while standing behind one of the knights. Blinked. And watching my HP, we don't want to drop below 102 to get into one-shot range. Oh god, okay. Well, it looks like we're leaving vaults and never coming back. So we spot a halo here. That tells us with almost 100% certainty that that is Menace. Menace always has a holy weapon, which is bad news bears for a mummy because you're susceptible to it. He silences you, so you can't teleport away. You also can't use your abilities, so you can't make brothers in arms while it's happening. He's really fast as well, so you can't run away from him. So he is the worst enemy that we would want to meet on a mummy. Absolute worst. No, there's no way. We're not fighting Menace. We're not. We met Menace on my last mummy run as well, on the mummy necromancer, and I just had to avoid him. Even in depths, we weren't strong enough to fight and kill him. So I don't like... The only way I could imagine maybe fighting him is if we are able to make something like 5 brothers in arms before he gets on top of us to silence us. Which seems unlikely. So yeah, remind me when we're coming back to Vaults. We don't need to. We can just be like, okay, Vaults 4 is too scary to come to, even to get to Vaults 5 because of Menace. We'll just do a different third ring, which, I don't know, might be the play. Anyway, because we're now leaving Vaults, that means we're going to Depths. Let's check. Our resistances are all fine. Our MR is low, but as long as I'm paying attention, we can get Trog's Hand for extra MR. And other than that, I think we're okay. Check our shopping list. More paralysis, more box of beasts. I don't think we're going to need the phantom mirrors. We learnt that Trog doesn't even let us use it on half the fun enemies anyway. Yeah, okay. So I think that's it. Check our skills. Crossbows has been trying to get to 10 for years now. We could go to Crypt. I think if we were doing Crypt, I'd still probably prefer to do it after Depths. Can meet some really nasty enemies there. We spoke about one of them we saw earlier was a Revenant who has Dispel Undead. But also just, you can see Ancient Liches there. Iron Champions. No, Ancient Champions. This one. These guys are really dangerous because they can haste themselves and then iron shot you. It's not a place for the faint of heart, even for a mummy. We're better off there than most characters because we're completely immune to negative energy and torment for the instance that you meet mummies there, but it's still a dangerous place. So if we do it at all, I think it would still be after Depths. Here's the first instance of me forgetting or not paying enough attention for an MR enemy. And it was the very first fight. There's a 7% chance to be paralyzed or confused by this ogre mage. And with these other ogres around, that would be a very bad time. Let's put on Trog's Hand. And I hope this is showing you newer Trog players that you really should be using Trog's abilities. Trog is not just about berserk and then weapon gifts. It's also very much about abilities. We can have a look. I'm doing question mark and then hash we can get our dump, which is going off the page. Alright, well that's not so good. I guess that's part of this whole redo. We can potentially find how many times we've invoked our abilities. We used Trog's hand 44 times and Brother-in-Arms 32 times. So we're making good use of them. Even as a non-berserk berserker, we're still getting good use out of Trog. Spark Wasps we have no RLEC on for naturally, but we can paralyze them. They have low MR. They're also susceptible to poison. So if we pull out our blowgun, we can throw some poison needles at him. I could also just run up to him and hit him while he's paralyzed, but if you see one Spark Wasp, there are likely to be more behind them. Which is why I'm chilling out up here. Seems like maybe it was a lone Spark Wasp. Should just stare answer stuff up. No reason for me to stay there. Trying to get value. Maybe not a great idea. We're going to paralyze again. Nice. And maybe throw some ice blasts. We can hit the other stuff behind it as well. Yeah, nice. So we're holding the other Spark Wasp behind the paralyzed one. Let's take one up. He didn't come. Okay, before we go back down, let's put our Aralek on, which is the Amulet of the Air. And now we're not quite so afraid. I can probably just tab them now that we have Aralek on. Good. I'm going to keep it on. There's still likely to be even more Spark Wasps. You can get some pretty big packs of those guys. Yeah, not anymore. Let's go back to reflection. Maybe we might just keep the Amulet of Air as a switch like that. But even just having 5 extra evasion, let alone the Aralek and the repel missiles, is very useful. Yeah, let's make use of the hallway here. Here's a Sphinx. 13% chance to paralyze us, which is okay on its own. If there were anything else there, we'd use Trog's hand. Alright, again, let's get in the hallway. Let's get maximum penetration here. Raksasha can make copies all he wants. We'll shoot through all of them. Okay, we're dying. Alright. Turn out the Frost Giants are really owning us, even though we have protection from cold. Alright, so the first thing I want to do, I think, is make a Brother-in-Arms to at least distract them a bit. And then I'm going to throw on a Trog's hand, and then we're just going to start backing up. And we're going to hope this angry double-headed ogre is just going to kill them. Not quite, but it's nearly dead. Let's make a box of beasts. No. Well, actually, this is okay because the Tengu warriors are in front, and I'm not really afraid of those. We can now shoot through the Tengu warriors to get to the Frost Giant, and he's not going to Bolt of Cold through them, which is the main thing that is killing us there. So this is fine. Enchant armor, put our plate armor back up. It can get one more to go to +10, which is then the max enchantment. We've been very well served by that armor. Oh right, I got a Force Maul and I couldn't work out why. It's because it was a Caustic Strike skeleton. I have a Force Maul for Caustic Strike. Reach level 22. I don't want to get trapped between stuff in there. I'm just going to go all the way back to this other hallway because it's much easier just to use tab there and fire down. I'm going to shoot. Do I care about the Soul Eater? Not a lot. But I'll kill it first. Oh no, I walked past. And then we'll shoot down the hallway. There we go. Not afraid, really, at all of shadow dragons. Normally their bolt of draining destroys you, but we're immune to it. And this is actually not bad. Until he made a Hellion. This is still probably okay if we can Lampify him. Oh yeah, okay, this is perfectly fine. Yep. And now we'll net him. Good. Hell Knights. If we didn't have RF now, I might care. Trog keeps giving us ammo. I still would like some sort of anti-magic weapon. As far as we're aware, Trog has never given us one this game. I mean, some of these other random spears and war axes and stuff might be anti-magic, but we've never had a good anti-magic maces and flail. If we could have a demon whip of anti-magic, that would be amazing. Seems like a very negative energy themed floor. We're seeing liches, we're seeing lots of shadow dragons, lots of deep elf death mages as well. And then skeletal warriors, or skeletal warriors, whatever that is. Very spooky floor. And then frost giants. Running the whole gamma. I didn't see what that was. Vampire mage. Alright. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not even going to bother switching to see invis. I do respect, however, the shadow demon. Because it's gonna make packs of... Oh boy. I was going to make packs of depth level enemies. I just realized again that for these ogre mages, they have the potential to paralyze and kill us or confuse us. And I once again did not realize and did not put on Trog's hand. Let's shoot through the shadow demon again. Man, I gotta do better. Because we saw in Spider that once you get confused on a mummy, you are just completely at the whims of the dungeon. Plus 10 fire resistance. And... an artifact ring. RF Invis Stealth Plus. Perfect. This is great. Okay, so we can swap out our plain RF ring. We can also drop our C Invis ring. And now it doesn't even matter that I'm lazy. This ring gives us the RF and the C Invis. 2 in 1. I'm discounting the stealth because I don't really care about the stealth. Otherwise then maybe you could argue it's a 3 in 1. I don't know, that's too many. If you tried to put 3 in 1, it would just overflow. This is a lot of bullets. Alright, they all died. I guess our gloves of archery helped there. And on to depths 2. So there wasn't anything too exciting about this. Like, it didn't seem there was a particular undead vault, but there were a lot of undead themed enemies around. There's a shield. We've still never seen a single large shield this whole game. That's a lot of what elementals. We learned that we do not care if we're engulfed. Mummies are overpowered. Trog's gifting us more ammo. Boots. We've got plain boots, so we can check these for style. The green, yeah, I like these boots better. The blue and white look better. Alright, we've been corroded. It's okay. A wand of digging. Ah, nice. That's a tool that we've been missing. Apparently, this is a good example of where a demon whip has low base damage. So we're just hitting this iron dragon zombie. Look at this. You do no damage, no damage, no damage, no damage. Because its base damage is too low, and we don't have a brand that actually can hurt it. So let's switch to the Evening Star. It's heavier, and watch. With this one, we're still doing no damage. Okay, there we go. We can actually kill it. We're joined by Grug at the moment, which is the name of a children's book character I used to have. My favorite being Grug and the Rainbow. We got some stone walls here. You need to always be wary of those whenever you see them in depths. It's an indication that it might be a dangerous vault. Here's a new weapon. It's a glowing evening star. I'm gonna ID it, but maybe this is the anti-magic we've been waiting for. It is. Perfect. So I'd prefer it on a demon whip because that's faster, but this is still really good. It gives us a really good way to fight orbs of fire, ancient liches, and that kind of thing. I know there's an ogre mage somewhere. I'm gonna respect it this time. Or maybe. Am I going to respect it? 5% paralyzed chance? Why is it 5% now? Do we get extra MR from leveling up? I'm not sure. We leveled up ages ago, so no, we shouldn't have. Note that our crossbows has finally made it to 10. We've got a little bit more maces and flails to take it to 16. And, I don't know. Maybe we'll use the Amulet of Air. No, I don't think we need it. I don't know. I'm being really indecisive about it. Remember there's confused on this guy, but he's also alone. This is now a water themed floor. Man, penetration's so good. Outplayed. The Spriggan Air Mage has deflected missiles, so you are wasting your time if you try to hit it with any ranged weaponry. These rune gloves are almost certainly not better, but there's some chance that they are still an archery glove and they would have better fashion. That's a Titan. Okay, we're going to shut this door. Alright, so first things first, we need to get Aralek against the Titan. Because their lightning bolts really hurt. So let's put on the Amulet of Air. Note that you're not flying by default, it's only if you use the ability. The reason I'm saying that is because if you're ever flying against a Titan, he does 150% airstrike damage, which is 75 and is way too high. So now let's remember our blowgun. We're going to curare him. Try to slow him. Missed. Got him. Okay, so he's now slowed and poisoned. And I wonder if we should just fight him. He doesn't have much AC, but if we anti-magicked him, we would stop him from using his spells. So I'm going to do that. We're just going to hit him with anti-magic. See here, his magic is leaking into the air. He can still cast spells, but he's likely to fail them if he tries. Yeah, he also can just hit us for 55 damage. So there's that too. Alright, we got him. Alright, it was a well-timed anti-magic evening star. Thank you, Trog. Deep Elf Sorcerer can abyss us if we only have 2 pits of MR. So Trog's hand for that. Our dodging goes to 10. I think that's fine. We're in relatively heavy armor. So yeah, this seems okay. We've got 13 evasion without the Amulet of Air. That seems fine. If our aptitudes weren't so bad because we were a mummy, I'd probably keep dodging up, training it up to maybe 15 or so. But 10 seems okay for a mummy. Armor, we're just going to keep going forever. Maces and flails, we're stopping at 16. And then I think we might do some more evocations training. We have a lot of good evocables. We have just the fact that we have now 4 boxes of base, as in I can see there are 2 here. I haven't lost my mind. There are 2 in shops. That alone is worthy of training evocations, I would say. And then we also have, not many, but we have some clouds. We have a bunch of paralysis and we can buy more of those. So yeah, evocations is really good to train for us here, I would say. I don't usually love evocations, but there is a time and a place sometimes. And it is this time and this place. That sounds really ominous, but it's not meant to be. Fighting to 21. Is that a real Quicksilver Dragon? I don't know, but now that a Sphinx has turned up and it can 11% chance confuse us, we gotta put on Trog's hand. I guess that was, yeah. Right, because this is the vault. We came in the scary vault and now we're meeting scary vault enemies. A Titan, a Quicksilver Dragon, here's a Vampire Knight. Worthy of respect because they too have paralyze. He's throwing rocks at us. 6% chance of paralyze is probably okay. Is it? He's hasted. Yeah, it's probably okay. He's sitting there shooting us with a sling like an idiot. Dude, just run at us and hit us in melee. It'll be much better. Got a ring. RC plus Dex plus 4. That's quite useless. And that's the floor. Right. On to depths 3. I think I will actually call this episode here. I really need to eat. I don't know if you could hear my stomach growling through parts of this, but it was. So that's it for now. If you join me in the next one, we'll be finishing off depths, and then we'll have some difficult decisions about a 3rd rune, because Menace is guarding vaults. Anyway, see you then.